everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am bringing you another fun project. This is day 4 of week 4, and I hope that you have been enjoying the projects. If you have not seen my live from yesterday, please tune in because the replay is available for you, and it was a great time. I hope that you enjoyed seeing that really fun project. It's always fun when you can find a really cool candy and make something really cool with it. So I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who didn't see it, but definitely check out yesterday's video, okay? And give me a thumbs up and share, and please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. It definitely helps YouTube to promote my content, and it helps my small business, so I do appreciate that. All of the items that I used today are linked in the description below, and there are links and information there that you may need, so definitely check out that description. I'm gonna show you how to make this adorable black cat open top box. And as you can see, when I put it this way, you can see the little cat's paws, and over here is another paw, and over here is the last one. It has a cute tail, and this is what it looks like from the top. Such a cute little box and very simple to make. So this is a great project for teachers to make for their class. It takes a half a sheet of cardstock plus a little bit of scraps. And this ribbon, if you do not own it, run to my store and get it because it's amazing. It is our metallic mesh ribbon. It's nice and wide, and it makes the cutest bows. The cutest. I've also used the Penguin Builder Punch. That's what I used for the feet on my kitty cat. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to put all this together. We've also used the stitched shapes and Give It a Whirl dies. Again, like I said, all of these products are linked in the description below, so definitely check that out. I have in here some M&M peanuts, the Ghoul Mix colors. So they are orange and green and purple, and I think they're super cool. So that's what I have in my little cat box. So I'm just going to set this like this so that you guys can see it. And we're going to start with the actual box. Oh yeah, Wink of Stella makes everything magical, so we're going to use that today as well. All right. So let's start with my Simply scoreboard. We're going to take my piece of basic black cardstock, which is 8.5 inches by 4 3/4 of an inch. We're going to lay it on the long side first, and we're going to score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8 inches. So that's pretty easy to remember, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Then you're going to give it a rotation so that the skinny side, or the piece, sorry, things are popping off of my board. These are a little measure that you can place and mark when you're making a bunch of something so that you don't forget. And there's more that comes inside in this little tray in here. See, there's some more in a baggie. So that's a little hiding place. But you want this skinny piece. So you have, these are the same, and this is the skinny piece. You want that at the bottom and the wide at the top. And you're going to give it one more on the short side, and it's going to be at 2 inches. Okay, that's all of the scoring. So I'm going to move my board out of the way. And we are going to burnish on all the score marks. So there's that skinny one I was talking about. And here are the wide ones that are all the same size. So this is what we have when we're done burnishing. We're going to trim up these to that first score mark. So I'm going to use my thick bladed scissors. I like using those. And we're also going to get rid of this bottom section of the tab. We're only going to use this one here, okay? So let's get rid of this one. I'm going to just trim up this line to that first mark and trim that off. I'm actually going to angle right there. Then I'm going to trim up, and I like to cut the score mark away, so I'm actually going to do 2 cuts. I'm cutting on either side of that score mark, and then I'm pulling, so it leaves kind of like a, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch or something out of my way, because I hate that thick. Oh, got a nice little message on my phone. I hate that thick score line, so I just cut it away completely. I know other people don't do it, but it just bothers me, so I get rid of it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's what I do. All right, so now this is what we have left if you want to grab a screenshot. All right, we're going to put adhesive on this small tab. So I'm going to grab my silicone mat and my wet adhesive. I'm going to fold this piece over with this first large piece. And I'm just going to put adhesive on this small tab right here, okay? And then I'm going to bring this side to meet it, just like that. And I'm just going to press. You can use your bone holder if you want. Just give it a second to grab, okay? And that is our box together. Now, it has a little seam on the inside. I put that in the front because no one sees the front. They're looking in the back because they're pulling this stuff out. So I put mine in the front. So this is going to be the last one that gets turned in, okay? That's the front of the box. So I'm going to put these sides down one at a time. So there's one. And I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on it. You don't have to. I just like to have it extra strong, so I do put it. And then the back is next, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little more. And then this is the one that you really need the adhesive on, so I'm actually going to put it on this one. This is, if you don't put it on any of the other ones, it's okay. This is the one that needs it. So this is the front. So I'm gonna just push that together, and I'm gonna turn my little box up, and I'm gonna push with the rounded part of my bone folder to really bond that wet glue. Okay, so that's our little body of our cat. Okay. So on the inside, we're putting some M&Ms, and I'm using a clear envelope because our cellophane bags are a little bit too big for this size box. So I'm just going to use my paper trimmer that I just keep in my desk, and I'm just going to cut this foldy part of my bag off, or my envelope off, so that it forms a bag. And so there it is. Okay, just getting rid of that sealed part. So now this forms my little cellophane bag, right? And that's what's gonna go inside. I'm gonna put my M&Ms in here, and then this is gonna go inside my bag, okay? So we're using layering circles for the face, and this is the second largest layering circle I cut out of black, and that is the face of the kitty cat, okay? I'm gonna lay him like this, so that's the face right there. Then you have the eyes, and I use the stylish shapes because it has a smaller die. There it is. See how tiny it is? So you need 2 of those for the eyes. So there's my 2. All right. Now I'm going to use my Give It a Whirl dies. And I use this tiny heart because I wanted the cat to have a heart nose. And this is Blushing Bride. So there is that heart. So that's the little nose. Okay. Let's move the dies out of the way. Then our ears, we're just going to cut those out of a scrap piece. And my 2 inner pieces of the eye are 1/2-inch circle punches. Okay. But the ears, we're just going to cut from a scrap piece. So all I'm doing is I'm just getting myself a triangle, okay? And all I'm going to do with that is lay it right along this same side here, and I'm going to use it as my guide so that my ears are identical, and I'm just going to cut a second ear. Okay, so there are my 2 cat ears. Pretty easy. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to use this little scrap piece of Blushing Bride, and I'm going to cut my ear the same size as my black one. Let's cut this here so make it easy for myself. Okay, so let's make sure we join that, and I hold it in place right. And I am just cutting. So now I have the same color of that one. I'm going to put this one up here and do the same thing. So let's go ahead, and before I cut the bottom, I'm just going to trim this extra away. We don't need all this. So this is just scrap cardstock that I have. Blushing Bride. All right, so we are going to go ahead and follow the black ear, and we're going to cut it out of Blushing Bride, same size. Okay, this is, so now we have 2 pink and 2 black. The tail. Okay, there's the tail. I just took this piece, which happens to be, let's see how long, I don't know, 4.5 inches. And I just made the cat a tail, so I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it. I don't want it to be perfectly straight. I want it to kind of have a curve to it. When I get to the top, I'm just gonna curve my scissor, and I want it to be about the same length, so I'm just gonna follow my curve, and if the curve dips in, I'm gonna dip out, and then if it dips out, I'm gonna come in, and I'm just basically trying to get the tail to be approximately the same width, but it doesn't have to be perfect, and your tail can be different each time. So that's the tail. Now let's punch our penguin punch. So we need this one right here, not this one. So I'm just gonna slide it in my punch here, and I'm gonna punch one of those. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it this way. I'm gonna punch another one, number 2. And let's see if I can fit 3 of them on here. Oh, might have to get another piece of black, because I don't think I gave myself enough room. Okay, so there's number 3. I need 4 of these. And these extra pieces that keep flying off, we don't need those. So yeah, I don't have enough. So let me grab a strap I have on my desk here. And we're gonna put the last little penguin in here. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll trim that piece off. Okay. Let me cut this off. Throw this away. All right. So now let me explain. We're cutting the little penguin's flaps, his little like wings off, okay? So you're gonna come around and then kind of curve it. So it looks kind of like a keyhole. See, there's one. So all you're doing is cutting these 2 little wings off. So you're just gonna come this way and curve it in towards that piece, flip it over, curve it in towards that piece. There's number 2. Do that again, curve it in towards that piece. And like this, don't you think it looks like an old-fashioned keyhole of an old skeleton key or something? I think so. But that's the little paws, so we're gonna go ahead and curve this one, and we have 1 more to go. All right, let's throw these extra pieces away that I cut off all his little wings. All right, so now let's fix the ears, okay? Obviously, this piece is going to have to come in like this, and we're going to just trim the bottom. Pretty cool, right? Let's do the same thing here. Let's bring this one down, flip it over, and trim the bottom, just like that. All right, let's glue this puppy together. Well, actually this kitty. So let's go ahead and get our adhesive ready, and we will start gluing. So let's do the cat ears first. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit, whoops. See why I use the silicone mat here? Just like that. This is gonna go to the bottom. Now you know why I use the silicone mat, because I am messy. Let's put a little adhesive on this triangle. I'm gonna grab my tweezers. Maybe I won't drop any more pieces. I'm gonna put this one down here. We're gonna slide it down to the bottom, to the base, right there. There's my cat ears. I'm actually gonna wipe this away just in case I don't wanna get it on anything. So the cool thing is about the silicone mat is you can just wipe that adhesive away and into your trash can. Okay, so now let's glue the little eyes together. So we're gonna glue the little blacks into the white piece. So let's go ahead and put a little adhesive on those. And I like to put them inwards, kind of like almost touching the little dots, but not quite. Same thing on this side, almost touching the little dots. And I don't know if you guys know Sanrio, but it's like, I'm a child of Hello Kitty. I loved Hello Kitty when I was small. And Sanrio had Hello Kitty, and now they have Choco Cat, which is a black cat. We're going to use our black Stampin' Dimensionals because our cat is black and we don't want them to show. So I'm going to take and put this on the back of the eyes. Those are the only things that are popped up. So yes, the Stampin' Dimensionals come in a combo pack where you get minis and regular size in them. We're going to grab the backs off of these, and we're going to go ahead and attach the little eyes on and then put the nose. So let's put one eye on the cat here. Give him this other eye. I like these kind of touching. Move it in a little bit more, I think. Let's see, like that, yeah. And let's put its little nose on. We'll grab our, so there's the little nose. Perfect. All right, let's put the ears on our cat. So I'm just going to put adhesive at the bottom of both of these ear pieces. And we will put this part of our cat on and the other ear on our cat. So make sure that they're sideways. If we want them to not be so long, you can bring them down. So there is the ears. And let's do his whiskers and let that sit for a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw with our Wink of Stella. So we're going to put some little dots in the eyes. Just put a little dab right there. And then I'm going to bring his mouth down. So it's basically just drawing, and just be gentle. Don't really squeeze hard. Just whatever you have on the tip. And then I'm going to bring his whiskers out, giving him 3 whiskers. And I will go over them again to darken them. So I'm just going to keep following along. Perfect. And these 3 more. Let's put one like that, one like this, and one more at the bottom. All right, and I'm going to go over them again. Let's give it our second. And here's our last whisker. Perfect. Let me just darken his little eyes a little bit more. So cute, right? Okay, there's his little face. Let's glue his little head onto his box. So I am just using dimensionals. Again, the black ones. So I'm going to grab those. And I'm going to figure out, I'm going to pull that. I'm going to figure out where I want his little head to go. So it's going to go about that far down maybe. So I'm going to mark with a pencil on the inside, if I can find my pencil. Okay. Gives me an idea. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on below that. So I'm going to do one there, and one there, and then one a little bit higher up, 3. Let's pull the backs off. And then we will attach his little head, and we'll just make sure that it falls below that line. I'm not going to press it hard, but just about there. Make sure that his little head looks cute. Perfect. There is the head of our kitty. So now we're going to put his little paws on. I'm just going to glue those with wet adhesive. So I'm going to put adhesive on this back part of the penguin. And I'm going to set my box on top, okay? And see how that grabs, and then just that little rounded part is what you want to stick out. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I'm just going to put it on this back section. And I'm going to put this little paw on this side. Okay, so let's just press our bone folder on the inside and get the paws to stay. So there's those. Now, for the back paws, I don't need as much. So I'm only going to do on an angle like this. And the paw is going to be sitting like this on the side. Just like that. So I'm going to angle my little penguin body. And I'm going to press with my bone folder, and this one's going to get on the opposite side, so it's going to be a little triangle like this. And then this one is going to sit, I'm going to actually put a little bit more, there we go, in this direction, okay? And so that's how your little cat is sitting. Let's press down, and then his tail goes on the inside. And I'm just going to kind of angle it. I didn't want it straight up. I want it on an angle. So I'm just going to put about this much adhesive. And I'm just going to hold onto it like this on the side until the tail is set. So there's our kitty. Next, we're going to put our glue. Our M&Ms in our bag that we have made out of our envelope because we needed a smaller treat bag. So let's go ahead and open that up. And we're going to pour some M&M peanuts in here. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, I want to push these corners in because remember, my bag has to be tied and this has to fit in my box, okay? So it has to fit in there. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. I have my ribbon. This is 16 inches of the metallic mesh ribbon. So I'm just gonna hold it in place. Okay, and I'm gonna tie a knot. I'm pressing that down with my fingers. And I want these to be about the same length, okay? And I'm gonna slide it up a little bit. Give those M&Ms room to move up my bag. Okay, and so about that much room at the top. All right, now I'm going to tie my bow and I'm going to wrap, push this one through. And what I love about this ribbon is it's so wide and it has this little texture to it that just makes it so pretty. And it just stands perfect. There's not much trimming we need to do. I think I did it pretty even there. All right, so I'm gonna stick my little M&Ms inside. And the last thing I'm gonna do is add my wink of Stella to the paws. And I'm just gonna draw 3 little lines on each of the paws. And the last one. And almost done. Super cute kitty. Again, I'm going to go back over these so that I can do just a couple and make sure that that wink of Stella really pops against that black. And let's get this one more time, and then we're done. I hope that you enjoyed this project. Remember, we have used our Penguin Builder Punch, our metallic mesh ribbon, our Give It a Whirl dies, our stylish shapes, and our layering circles. These are all basic shapes that I use all the time. So I highly recommend that you start building up your repertoire of basic shapes. I'm going to lay the kitty along there, and this one I'm going to stand up so you can see the inside. And I hope that you enjoyed this project. I will see you guys tomorrow for another awesome project, so don't miss it. Subscribe so that you get notifications when I post new videos, and give me a thumbs up. Check the description below. I do have lots of information in there, including everything that I used. And it'll take you directly to my online store where you can purchase what you need. Thanks for being here again. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts, and thanks for being here week 4 of Halloween week. Happy stamping, guys!